My name is Robert Tutak. I'm a college professor at Brooklyn College, CUNY, and I am also a filmmaker. Originally, I'm from Poland. I've been here for 30 years, and thus I consider myself a New Yorker.
Located on the Arabian Peninsula, on the southern coast of the Persian Gulf, Dubai is one of the 7 emirates of the United Arab Emirates. The UAE was formed on December 2, 1971. Over the past 30 years, Dubai has undergone a great transformation from a sleepy fishing and pearl diving village to the fastest growing city in the world. Highway E11 is the UAE's longest road. In Dubai, E11 is known as the Sheikh Zayed Road. This is how Sheikh Zayed Road looked in 1990, and this is how it looks now.
Dubai City of Dreams sort of came about in the most organic way. Starting in 2004, started teaching courses in Dubai, film production courses, filmmaking, directing, screenwriting. But when you live in Dubai, it's a very schizophrenic place because on the one hand, you do have all that sort of pretty architecture and challenging architecture, outrageous architecture, and the scale at which it was sort of built, and the smell and the temperature. It's all very alluring and seductive. At the same time, there's no democracy. One guy who might be mentally not quite stable, who is the Sheikh of Dubai, who wants Dubai to be the biggest, the richest, the best city in the world, and he's imitating everything. In the middle of a desert, where it's flat and open, he's building high-rise buildings, 80 stories tall. Why would you do it? I mean, you have so much space. Only because he wants to imitate Manhattan. He's jealous about this neighboring emirate, Abu Dhabi, having a lot of islands. And his shore was really pristine and beautiful, but he didn't have islands. So he decided to build artificial islands, $5 billion. And then he didn't have the money to keep them, so it started sinking back he destroyed the ecosystem. To build all that, they employ slave labor. Slave labor, because they cheat on the people. They bring people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, poor sections of India, and exploit them. They put them in camps, they lock them up, they take their passports, they pay them peanuts. For a peasant from Bangladesh to go to Dubai seems like a promised land to them. They are told that they will make hundreds of thousands of dollars, or whatever it means, hundreds of thousands of dakas, which is their currency. They're going to be rich. But they have to pay $5,000 to get a visa, which means they sell everything. And they go there. And they realize that they are paid $200 a month or $300 a month. And on top of that, their food is deducted, their lodging is deducted, and lodging is camps. So this is a scam. And this is one nation, in fact, a Muslim nation, doing it to another Muslim population. And this is not I'm not trying to speak about Islam, but in fact, Muslims complain about it, because in the Quran or in the religion it's written, you may not exploit your fellow Muslim.
Some don't. This is a public area. There are close to 50 rooms lined up alongside these walkways. This is a kitchen, washroom, laundry, and ablution space. And this is a bathroom.
वो मुल्क से लेके आया, उधर से घर पे जमीन बेचा, घर बेचा, बाद में आया।
काम करें क्या करेंगे? मजदूरी करना करेगा क्या करेगा?
खाना वाना देते हैं सब?
ना खाना अपना, चूल्हा सिलेंडर अपना, बिस्तरा अपना।
So he said,
फायदा नहीं है।
सिर्फ खाली रूम देते हैं, खेमा देते
ये
हैं।
आदमी का खून नहीं छोड़ते।
Ellis Island, it's a film about the notion that certain races and certain people might be inferior in the minds of other people, and other races and cultures are considered to be superior. It started with eugenics, which was at the beginning of 20th century, the turn of 20th century. But when I started documenting the eugenics and the process of admission through Ellis Island, that was the beginning of the campaign for 2016 election. And Trump, the very first speech he had when he announced he's running for the office, he talked about the Mexican being rapists and criminals and inferior people. This language was exactly the same as the language that was used by William Williams, who was the Commissioner of Immigration at the beginning of 20th century.
It can be truthfully said that the dregs and off-scouring of foreign lands, the undesirables of whom their own nations are only too eager to purge themselves, come in hosts to our shores. The policy of those advocating free immigration would make this country, in effect, the dumping ground of the world.
The eugenicists in the States at that time, that was the first 3 decades of the 20th century, were extremely well-educated people. They were not some redneck racists. There were people from Yale, from Harvard, and they said, okay, well, we can stop the flow of the inferior stock from Europe. This is their terminology. But what are we going to do with all those feeble-minded?
Many inattentive and stupid-looking aliens
From 50 to 100% of those who enter the inspection plant
are questioned by the medical officer in the various languages.
What is your name?
How old
Are you Greek?
Where do you come from?
Where are you going?
What place is this?
Who am I?
Why do I ask these questions?
Why do I ask these questions? Has a change come over your
Are you
mind?
nervous?
So they started thinking about it, and they decided, okay, well, first of all, those really feeble-minded, those in mental institutions should not procreate. So what are we going to do with them? We're going to sterilize them. They sterilized, which really few Americans know, in the first 2 decades of the 20th century, 75,000 Americans were sterilized forcefully. You go to a doctor, if the doctor is eugenicist, and he decides that you're a feeble-minded, that you should not have children, offsprings, he is reporting you to a board, eugenicist board of sterilization, and they come and sterilize you. But that wasn't enough. They said, okay, well, that's okay, so they are not procreating. We are separating them. But they're still alive. They're still polluting the society. So they say, well, what is the most merciful way of dealing with them? And the answer is kill them off. Why would they even live? They're all unhappy. They're not enjoying the spoils of life. They are feeble-minded. So they introduced the legislation, and some states, because there was state by state, considered building gas chambers. And then Madison Grant, who was a Yale-educated scientist and activist, wrote a book, which is being read until now by white nationalists. It's called The Passing of the Great Race. And of course, the Great Race is the white race. And he described all those things there in detail. And then that was, he published in 1916, and it became the Bible of eugenicists. And then Adolf Hitler, was sitting in jail. There was a Munich putsch, and then he was put in jail. And he was looking for inspiration for his memoir. And he found his book, and he said, yes. He wrote Madison Grant a letter saying, man, this is it. This is my Bible. So Adolf Hitler really did not invent anything. It was all given to him by American eugenicists. He just used it.
die Menschen, die überall und nirgends zu Hause sind, die nirgends einen Boden haben, auf den sie gewachsen sind, sondern die heute in Berlin leben.
The U.S. has become a dumping ground for everybody else's problems. Thank you.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.